Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast titled Diabetes Prevention. My name is Melanie Goff, and I am an online student at Brigham Young University, Idaho. I am 20 years old, and I am from Louisiana. I am very excited to talk to you about an important issue that comes very close to home. Today, we're going to talk about how diabetes affects adults in my hometown of New Orleans, Louisiana. We are going to touch base with how to prevent and manage the disease. According to an article by Healthy People 2020, it states that diabetes is the seventh leading cause of death in the U.S. Therefore, diabetes is considered life-threatening, and with the technology to help manage it. Like I said before, I will be dedicating this podcast to the people of New Orleans, Louisiana. This city has a population of about 390,000, which makes it the largest city in Louisiana and the 51st largest city in the United States. One of the things that the city of New Orleans is known for is Bourbon Street, their famous gumbo, and Mardi Gras. One story I would like to share is how I first came to find out what diabetes was. When I was about 8 to 10 years old, I became aware that my grandfather struggled with diabetes. But just like any child, it was hard to understand what it meant. One of the things I remember my grandfather telling my siblings and I was that he could not eat cake on his birthday and that he was not allowed to eat chocolate. As a child, I thought it was beyond crazy that he could only eat chocolate once a year and not even eat cake on his birthday. As I got older, I became more aware of how diabetes really worked. Diabetes is a chronic disease that affects how your body handles sugars. To me, this meant that what is in your food affects what happens in your body. Soon, I came to the conclusion that the unhealthier your diet is, the lower your quality of life will become over time. The CDC states more than 34 million people in the United States have diabetes, and 1 in 5 of them don't know they have it. The quote brings out the question, how do I know I am at risk of developing diabetes? There are a couple of red flags to watch out for when it comes to being at risk of developing the disease. One of the biggest red flags is being overweight. This is one of the most obvious and preventable signs of being considered at risk of developing diabetes. A way to avoid being overweight is to make healthier food choices and staying active daily. For example, just going on a walk every night, or instead of going to McDonald's, just make yourself a nice homemade meal. At the end of the day, it all comes down to daily choices. I encourage the people of New Orleans, Louisiana to make the first step to ending the fight against diabetes. Thank you for listening to my podcast on how to prevent diabetes. For more information, check our sources below. See you next time.